Are you struggling with these success sabotaging patterns? Now, if you're the type of person who has an amazing day and your health is on track and your business is on track, and actually you want to reward yourself, so you end up actually overindulging, maybe at night or on the weekend, and that is actually drifting you away from your goal. Because with all these overindulgences, you're not able to actually lose the weight that you might have gained for various reasons. And you know, and you feel that if you don't feel physically confident, you're not able to show up fully in your business. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Actually, there are so many success sabotaging patterns, beliefs, limiting beliefs that we have that we actually recreate every single day that keeps us stuck, that keeps us feeling like our business can be at a bigger level. We can actually create more impact and more income. However, with this whole cycle that is called the reward and ruin cycle, you're actually creating a negative cycle, keeping you stuck and maybe even drifting away from your goal. So before I get started with honestly this amazing way of seeing your food habits, let me introduce a little bit about who I am. My name is Dina. I'm a women's health expert and as well a transformational coach, helping women, high ambitious women, actually shift their health habits, shift their mindset to create unshakable confidence to show up every single day, just like this on video, but as well creating that confidence to say yes to opportunities, to say yes to all these in-person events, and even saying yes to all those amazing vacations you want to take to reward yourself for your hard work. And why you should be listening to this is because when we look at business success, we often think about business strategies, funnels, but you're probably at a level right now that you realize if you don't feel good in your body, you're not able to show up fully in your business. And for you to show up, it is a priority. Why? Because you are the face of your business. If you're a coach, if you're a business owner, if you're a service provider, you are the person being this front face, this brand image of your business. And if you're not able to show up like this on video, or even writing your content, or actually doing podcast interviews or YouTube interviews, there's actually something that you're missing out on and you feel it. And you know that right now your health has to be that core pillar that you need to actually be working on because you have everything in place, but that little missing piece is your health habit. And it is not about going back on the dieting, doing a plan because you've done all that. You know, there's actually something deeper, something bigger that you want to transform because you realize reaching a number on the scale does not necessarily shift your mindset and your confidence to stick and maintain to the changes. And that's why when we talk about the success sabotaging patterns, it actually created a big aha moment for a lot of my clients because the success sabotaging habits we have in our health actually can also be seen in our business, in our decision making, in our relationships. And with so many of my clients, when we're able to create that shift around their health and lifestyle, and we actually be able to change those patterns and those beliefs, it just creates a snowball effect, changing other areas in their life, actually empowering them to show up fully and more confidently in other areas of their life. Because when you take priority in terms of your health, you're making yourself a priority, and that changes the whole game. So if you're curious about those success sabotaging patterns, there's actually two I'm going to be sharing with you today. And if you're curious to know a little bit more about which ones are keeping you stuck, I invite you to actually click the link right below. I'm actually inviting you to a check-in, a free call, for us to actually talk in 15 minutes and to better understand which patterns you actually have and maybe some amazing starting points to help you break free from them. But let me share with you the two that I've seen the most often with most of my clients, and these might kind of resonate with you. So let's look at one example, which actually I talked about a little bit earlier. You have a great day. Things are doing good. You've done the hard work and you're like, oh, I deserve to treat myself. I want to give myself a reward. I'm going to finish my work day, maybe with a glass of wine. And then you're like, oh, maybe today I'm going to, go and have that pizza, or maybe I'm going to eat a little bit more because I've done so much work today. I deserve that food. Or you might be saying, oh, I put the kids to bed and I've had a good day. I think it's time to go for that ice cream or that cookie. I've done good work. Where is my reward? So this is the pattern that I call the reward ruin cycle, because I totally agree giving yourself a reward by the end of the day. But if your only reward is always food, you created kind of the super highway that no matter what is happening in your day to day, I did a good job, food. And think about it. When you were growing up, I'm sure you've seen that pattern. Even now as adults, You have a promotion, we eat and drink. It's your birthday, we eat and drink. It's Christmas, we eat and drink. Like there's all these like celebrations, and we see them as well online. You see all these business coaches, like there's a celebration, it's a food, it's alcohol, it's champagne bottles. We actually have been brought in this kind of environment, that food, which is easy, accessible, and yummy. It makes it so much easier to just go for that than to find other rewards to help create that change. Because it's okay to have a glass of wine once in a while and go for that ice cream. We're not saying we're going to ban those foods, because banning it actually just makes them so much more tempting. It is by actually shifting that habit to understand that how can we develop other patterns, other healthier patterns? Because if your goal is to feel better in your body, if you have any health issues, bloating, brain fog, if ever you're always going through this kind of overeating at night or on the weekend and you've gained weight and you just want to kind of like release that weight, decrease that inflammation, when you're in that reward and ruin cycle, it keeps you stuck in that negative cycle. And that always has an impact on your self-esteem, on your confidence, and as well in terms of how you show up in life every single day. This is one that we've seen more often, and I'm sure it might resonate with you. The second one I want to talk about with you today is the way we can talk in different ways, but I talk about it as like the all or nothing thinking trap. So let's have an example. When you do a good day, everything is great. You stick on the plan. Talking about eating, for example, you stick on the plan, everything's fine, all good. But let's say there's a slip up. In the afternoon, you end up going for that forbidden food that maybe another health coach gave you, which again, there's no good food or bad food, that forbidden food. And you're like, oh, I've been doing so well. I messed up. Might as well. So this is pretty much the might as well syndrome. I started eating a cookie, might as well ruin the rest of the day. Oh, I deviated from my plan, might as well I'll start again on Monday. Oh, I wasn't able to kind of stick to my plan today, and I had the foods that I was not supposed to, or that I should not have. Might as well, let me just eat whatever I can, and then tomorrow I'll start fresh. But this might as well can, as you see, relating in terms of food, but as well in terms of your business. If everything is going on track and something is off in the afternoon, and you're supposed to you have your task list, and you didn't end up getting something done, and you're like, oh my God, everything's ruined. Might as well. I did not stay on track. Might as well, let me go binge on Netflix. Might as well, this is not going to be working out. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And here's another might as well, which happened to me today, and I'll share with you that shift. It is 40 degrees in Montreal today. Like even now, as I'm hosting this live training, I'm like dying of heat. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I'm really dying of heat right there. I should have a fan next time. But there was that pattern of I was really hot. My hair is, as you see, nice and humidity volumey with that. And I got delayed. And in the past, I would go in that pattern of saying, oh, I said I was going to go out at 1 o'clock. I didn't go at 1 o'clock. I'm not feeling at my best because my hair's all over the place and I'm sweating. Be like, I might as well. The day is ruined. I'll do the training tomorrow. I'll do the live tomorrow. But every time that you say might as well and you say no to something that you actually told yourself you wanted to do, it actually drifts you away from your goal, right? You're not staying on track. And in your subconscious, when already you say, well, might as well, I didn't do anything, you're actually putting this blame on you that you're not worthy, that you're not strong, that you're not able to do it. It actually affects your confidence, no matter what. Even if it's like delaying something for a day, it affects your confidence. So instead of showing up at 1, I took the time and I showed up at 1:30. So the might as well in the past would have said, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, another day. No, I dedicated today on Wednesdays on the afternoons to do weekly trainings. And I might be a little bit delayed, but it doesn't mean I am not going to show up here. Same thing happens with your food. If ever there's something that happened in the afternoon and you're like, might as well, like, you know, I had my wine and my dessert at lunch. Oh my God, I drifted away from my plan. Okay, so what? Keep going. So we want to change that might as well, which is that thinking trap, that all or nothing black and white way of seeing things, in terms of how can I create more emotional resilience to be able to move through this and shift the way that I see the perspective. Because when you change the way you see things, the way you see things change. And those are two big success sabotaging patterns. And there's actually few more. And the reason why I don't want to dive too much into it, because as you're going to be seeing through the future trainings, we're going to dive more into them, but I'm really inviting you to book. It's totally free. It's a success sabotaging pattern check-in right below. It's a free call. And what we're going to be doing in that call is actually better understand, maybe it's these two, the all or nothing thinking trap, and as well the reward and recycle pattern, understanding that there's different patterns that we created from the moment we're born because of the experiences that we have, good or bad, or even our environment, because we're sponges and we absorb everything. And when we look in terms of that, we're actually able to understand that, okay, these are thinking patterns. I need to take a step back and create a shift in my thinking pattern, a shift in my mindset. But there's another also thing that we need to look at, which we cannot actually stay away from, is are you actually leading your day in an optimized health and wellness routine? Because you might be optimizing so many things for your business, but you're optimizing the way that you are, your morning, your evening, your afternoon, your movement, your nutrition. Is it all aligned to make you be at the top of your game? So then we can work on the mindset, and then we can work on that inner confidence, to exude so much confidence. People are just magnetically attracted to you, and they kind of show up, and there's all these opportunities that show up for you. But I really want to talk about the success sabotaging patterns, because you can be doing all the work, all the plan, following everything to the T. But if you don't change these patterns, you're going to be stuck in this loop. That's why having this free success sabotaging health check call is going to be truly empowering for you, because you'll be able to understand what you're not able to know and not able to see that's in your blind spot. And we are not able to see what's in our blind spot. We need to have an expert. I've been in this business for 22 years, an expert that's able to see what you cannot see, to create clarity for you to be able to move forward. So I would love to know, in terms of these two, are there any that resonate with you? And I want you to look through your day-to-day. How do they pop up? And in which way do they pop up? Because the more you bring awareness to what's happening, the more success you can actually create in creating an amazing and a lasting change. So on that note, again, make sure you book your free check-in call right below. And I wish you an amazing and energized day and a balanced day. My name is Dina, and I can't wait to catch you in the next training.